For normal test, you know, for normal distribution, the curve should be symmetric. So when the data is symmetric or coming from the normal distribution, if you draw the curve, then you can use the normal or Z test. Same thing for the normal test, data should be, the sample size should be more than 30. And one of the important assumptions for normal distribution, population variance, that is denoted by sigma square, is generally known. That it should be known. When you are going from where you are taking a sample, from which population you are taking the sample, you should know the variance of that population. This is very important assumptions or condition for the normal distribution. And if you took the different sample, the sample to different sample, the variance of the sample should be the same. If you took the two sample, it is better if they have same variance. And you have to select the sample randomly from the population. And if you took the two sample, it is better if they have same size. It may be different size, but better to same size. So for normal distribution, we learn that is the sample size should be greater than 30 and the variance of the population should be known. And if you took the two sample from two different population, it is better to they have almost same. Same doesn't mean equal, almost same variance. And we select the sample randomly. And for two samples, better have the same size for two sample. Okay, these are the condition for normal distribution. Now let us go in details. We learn two-tail test and one-tail test. If we do the Z test for the mean test, two-tail test, that is mu, the mean equal to not some specified value. When you want to two-tail test, that is your level of significance. You have to split two parts in two tails. In left tail, one part alpha by 2 and right tail also alpha by 2. That is if you have level of significance 5%, that is 0.5. So each tail will have 0.25 and 0.25. That is for two tail test. This is the rule. We have to divide the level of significance in two parts. Okay, for two tail test. And for the one tail test, it may be right tail or left tail. For the right tail test, we have a critical region where alpha will be on the right side of the graph, and for the left tail test, we have a critical region left side of the graph. And for one tail test, we don't need to split the level of significance. If level of significance 5%, so it will be the 5%. For the left tail also, for the right tail also. Just remember, for the left tail, the critical region will be left side, and for the right tail, critical region will be right side. The left tail normally Z will be the minus. For the right tail, Z will be the plus value. Okay, we'll do in details with practical example. Okay, let us go. So this is the view for the left tail test. If you have the critical region left side, the value of the P will be also fall in the critical region. If you have the right tail test, critical region alpha, value of the P also will fall in the right tail. And if you two tail test, P alpha by 2, that is alpha, our P value will fall in left side or right side, then but we have to multiply by 2. We'll do in details. Okay, let's go to practical example. So we can use t-test for different purposes in different area. One independent one sample mean test. T-test mainly used to compare the mean test, or some mean value will be given. We can test whether it is right or wrong, whether it is take the same value. This is called independent one sample mean test. There is only one sample, and we can verify whether the sample mean is right or wrong. Okay. And another important second one, independent two sample mean test. If you have the two sample from the two population, then you can find whether the two sample means are equal or not. So this is called independent two sample mean test. The two sample will be independent. Similarly, like the one sample mean test, you can do the one sample proportion test or percentage test. So it is very important also. Say somebody 50% of the population people drink tea. That is 0.5 proportion of people drink tea. So we can verify this proportion or percentage. So this is called single proportion test. And number 4, another one, difference of proportion. Similarly, like the independent two sample mean test, we can test whether the proportion of the two population differ or not, or they are same. So this is called difference of proportion for two population. You can test. It is written. You can try it. So we can test for the two population, male and female, for the habit of drinking tea. That the drinking tea between the male equal to drinking tea between the female. So proportion of percentage of drinking tea, male or female, same or not, we can verify by proportion test or difference of proportion test by Z test. Okay, and another important area where we can use the t-test, that is called dependent Z test or peer sample test. That is, we can take the data from the same sample but twice. That is, suppose the weight of person before and after doing some exercise or taking some medicine or doing some diet. So same person, we are taking their weight before the exercise. Suppose 10%, we are taking their weight before the exercise and after the exercise, or maybe before diet or after the diet. So this is called independent Z test. So they are normally called match or pair. Okay, there should be pair data coming from the same source but twice. This is called pair, or maybe pre or post test. When data coming before, it is called pre, or after, it is called post. So we can use also Z for the dependent or peer sample test. Now let us go more details about the Z test or normal test. I told before, normal test also known as Z test. Okay,